The State's Assets Recovery Unit, following the receipt of a report, is advising that criminal charges be instituted against opposition leader Barry Jagdeo and other beneficiaries of that exclusive Pradoville scheme. The case is similar to one in Belize, and this saw the Attorney General being named as the custodian of the patrimony of the state. The unit, which is yet to receive the power to prosecute, is relying on the backings from the Attorney General's chambers to actually institute proceedings. Attorney General Basil Williams, like the State Assets Recovery Unit, is maintaining that lawlessness in high places reigned supreme in the establishing of Pradoville too.
This one here is a clear case that you have government ministers who would have obtained prime land at an undervalue and then resold the land at some tremendous profits. And that is really on all fours with the Belizean case, because it is a case where they use their office to profit unlawfully at the expense of the state.
This, as previously outlined by the Attorney General, constitutes misconduct in public office and is sufficient ground for the laying of criminal charges. That is also the contention of the State Asset Recovery Unit, who in their report stated that there is a direct link between the misconduct and the abuse of powers and duties of their position. The former cabinet members knew they were doing a wrong in transferring state lands into their names and that of their acquaintances for undervalued market prices for the land. NISL reportedly spent more than $200 million to develop the oceanfront community without the knowledge or approval of the Parliament and key statutory bodies. The lands were then secretly sold to former ministers and close associates of the previous administration. Minister Williams explained that the Caribbean Court of Justice made it easier for the Attorney General's involvement in such proceedings, since the bringing of such a tort is no longer limited to individuals but to the Attorney General of the country.
They sent to me their findings, and I would recommend that their report also be sent to the Public Security Minister and to the Director of Public Prosecutions.
The Attorney General explained that criminal charges will yield swifter results, given the many processes associated with a civil suit. However, constitutionally, the Attorney General cannot institute criminal charges, explained the Legal Affairs Minister. A civil suit is already engaged in the attention of the courts, where former Member of Parliament Desmond Trotman is advocating for the return of these lands to the state. Williams, however, noted that his chambers will feverishly study the case, and should the evidence be substantial, civil prosecution is inevitable. In relation to whether there is actually enough evidence to establish a concrete civil suit, the following was relayed by the minister.
From your perusal of the documents sent from the State Asset Recovery Unit, is there anything contained therein that would enhance your case for civil prosecution?
Certainly in the case of the ministers.
In the case of the minister?
Yes, you see, I don't want to put up a defense to anybody, so I would say ministers must know that they're in an office of trust, and they're supposed to use their office for the benefit of the public and the state.
Several members of the opposition PPP have expressed that these current claims are nothing but mere detractors from the salary increase issue. For HGP Nightly News, Kingsley Bryan.